Pets have become an essential companion in most people's life. Feeding them and taking care of them is their duty. Sometimes, due to unavoidable circumstances, the pets are left unattended for a long duration of time. Thus, feeding pets become an overhead. This is where our prototype comes handy.
Moving on to problems in large-scale industries. In poultry industry and bird sanctuary, the workers needs to constantly feed the fowls on a timely basis. Proper care is necessary for optimal growth of animals. Just for the purpose of feeding, there will be an increase in manpower, thus the cost of labor. In meat industries, the animals like cows, sheep, goats, pigs, etc. need to be fed properly with proper quantities to ensure good health and in turn good quality.
Let's come to the living parts of our system, the components. Texas Instrument MSP 430 G2553 Value Line Launchpad. Texas Instrument MSP 430 FR5969 Launchpad Evaluation Kit. Texas Instrument Fixed Voltage Regulators 7805 and 7812. Texas Instrument Variable Voltage Regulator LM317. The Audio Control Unit. Texas Instrument Max 232 driver. It is used to communicate with GSM module. Load cell. Analog to digital converter. Infrared sensor. SIM 300, a GSM module. 9-volt DC water pump. Servo motor.
Hello, let us move on with the prototype description. The core of the prototype is the MSP 430 G2553 launchpad. We have used Texas Instrument voltage regulators to derive power supply from the 12 volts DC input. Next, the servo is used to control the amount of food to be dispensed to the food bowl. The load cell is an analog device used to measure the food in the bowl. Here we are using an ADC to convert the analog values of the load cell to digital form and give it as input to the MSP. The load cell is an analog device used to measure the food in the bowl. The ADC is used to convert the analog values of the load cell to digital form and give it as input to the MSP. Next, the IR transmitter receiver pair is used to sense the presence of the animal. The SIM 300 GSM module is used for communication between the user and the system. We have used an RS232 to TTL converter that has a MAX 232 IC to convert the serial data of the GSM to TTL logic for the MSP to understand. The audio playback unit is used to record the owner's voice and call the animal when needed. This constitutes the food unit of our prototype. The water unit is as seen below. The water unit is totally different from the food unit and runs on its own launch pad, which is an MSP 430 FR5969 module. The power supply is a dedicated power supply. We have used, this is the circuit that determines the water level in the water bowl and accordingly pump out the water.
Now moving on to the working of this prototype. Our prototype is triggered when we send an SMS hashtag on. Now, our system is waiting for an SMS to be received. We have installed a SIM card in the SIM 300 module so that we can send an SMS to trigger our system. Sending an SMS. We are sending hashtag on as our code to trigger the SMS. As you have sent the SMS, same thing will be displayed on the SIM monitor also. We have received the SMS on the SIM 300 module. The audio unit is reading out the predefined audio calls made for the pet. As soon as the system receives an SMS, it makes an audio call to the pet. It is repeated for next 5 cycle. After 5 cycle, it sends an SMS saying animal did not turn up. Now we have second cycle completed. It's the third cycle, the fourth cycle, the fifth cycle. Now same monitor will print saying that animal did not turn up. And same thing will be printed on the message screen. We coming on to condition second. In this condition, we are making a call and the pet turns up less than 5 calls. So as animal turns up, we are sensing it through IR and it sensed and it dispenses the food in the dispenser.
Instead of food, we are using predefined weights for demonstration purpose to demonstrate condition 3 and condition 4. Condition 3. The food is empty in the bowl and hence food is dispensed twice when the animal turns up. The relevant SMS is sent back to the user. Condition 4. Assuming this is equivalent to half of the food remaining in the bowl and the animal turns up. The food is dispensed only once and depending on the quantity of the food, the same SMS is sent.